What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a high fade on my guys, so stay tuned. We're starting off with our gold FX and we're creating our first guideline as high as possible without going too high because we want to leave enough room to blend. Don't be afraid to use your opposite hand to give you more space to either bald out or blend. Make sure to keep the trimmer flat. You don't want to feed the teeth of the trimmer into his pores. Now that we're done balding them out, we're going to go ahead and use our foil shaver to remove the stubble. When you're removing the stubble with your foil shavers, you want to flick out about a centimeter away from your bald line. If you meet the bald line, it's going to be harder to take out that bald line. Also, going with the grain with the foil shaver will help you blend in that initial guideline. If you guys are enjoying the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show the channel some extra support, go ahead and leave a super thanks down below, or go ahead and follow my Instagram. Thank you. Now that we're done balding them out and removing all the stubble, we're going to go ahead and move on to our 1A blade and debulk the top. Now that everything's nice and even on top, we can move on to our OA blade and create our second guideline. You want to make this guideline around 1 inch thick so you can spread the blend. This blade is equivalent to our no guard all the way open. Now that we're done setting in that guideline, we can move on to our 4-op blade. This is equivalent to using our lever around a notch up from being all the way closed. Moving on to our 3/0 blade, this is going to be equivalent to our lever plate with our no guard all the way closed, midway, and all the way open. Now we're moving on to our 3/0 blade, and this is going to help us blend into our no guard all the way open, which is equivalent to our OA blade. Now we can move on to our 1 blade, which is equivalent to our 1 guard all the way closed. Remember, we did a 1A blade on top, so that's equivalent to a 1 guard all the way open. Moving on to the back, I'm using my 3/0 and I'm going to flick out as much as possible and attack that initial guideline. Now I'm moving on to our OA blade, which is equivalent to our no guard all the way open. Also using the 1 blade, which is equivalent to our 1 blade all the way closed. Now that we're done running over the top, we're going to make sure we apply some oil sheen just so that we can take away the dryness. Now that we're done detailing the fade, we can move on to our Gold FX and begin to line him up. I always like starting off at the middle and working my way to the sides, especially when I'm using my Gold FX due to the longer blade. You always want to make sure you go slow enough that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then the hair's going to shift and you won't line them up properly. So definitely pay attention to that. Always make sure to take your time near the lining. This is a very important part. Moving on to our Turkish razor and Durban premium blades, we're gonna make them as crispy as possible. But before we do that, we're gonna apply some shave gel so that the razor could glide better. Now that we got the razor and the blade, we're going to stretch the skin as much as possible with the opposite hand and keep the razor at a 45-degree angle. This lowers the likelihood of you cutting someone. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show the channel some extra support, go ahead and leave a super thanks down below, or go ahead and follow my Instagram. Thank you. What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a high taper on my boy, so stay tuned. We started off by saturating the hair and combing everything in place, making sure our canvas is nice and neat. Now that we're done combing everything in place, we can move on to our Gold FX and create our first guideline. Now that we're done botting them out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. You always want to make sure this guideline is around 1 inch thick so you can spread the blend. Once you're done setting in that guideline, you want to close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. Remember, we're going to use this same guard and its lever to soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. Don't be afraid to use the comb to feed the hair into the clipper and flick out with your guards. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 1 guard, we can move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. Now that we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to our 2 guard all the way open and create our fourth guideline. We're also going to use our comb to feed the hair into the clipper. Again, we're going to use this same guard and its lever to soften up this line to get ready for the 1.5 guard. Now since the line is soft enough, we can move on to our 1.5 guard and use the lever in its corners to erase the line completely. Sometimes there's still a faint line after using the 1.5 guard, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using his corners will definitely help. Moving on to our 3 guard all the way open, we're going to go ahead and use our comb to feed the hair into the clipper and create our 5th guideline. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, go ahead and leave the super thanks down below or follow the Instagram. Appreciate it. Always remember to use the lever to soften up the line. Right here I'm moving on to my 1.5 guard and I'm going to have the lever all the way open and I'm going to attack that guideline through the middle. Here I'm using my 4 guard all the way open and I'm also using my comb to feed the hair into the clipper again. Also remember to use that C cup motion and also flick out as much as possible. After using the 2 guard again, we're going to use our 3 guard all the way open and detail as much as possible. Moving on to our clipper over comb method, we're going to use our horizontal cuts to debulk and then our vertical cuts to blend. Remember, you want to make sure you pick up the hair with the comb and then cut it with your cutting blade. Now I'm moving on to my thinning shears and I'm going to use my comb to beat the hair up and then thin them out through the edges. Now we're at the point in the taper where we have to detail as much as possible with our previous guards. Either the 1.5 guard, the 1 guard, or the half guard itself. Again, we're continuing to use our clipper over comb and we're going to use our horizontal cuts to debulk. Now that we're done detailing the back taper, we gonna move on to the sides. He got a haircut from another barber, so we're gonna grow out the edges and make sure we do a low but high taper. Now that we're done balding them out, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our 2nd guideline. We're making this guidelines about 3/4 of an inch. Remember to slightly close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. As you guys can see, I'm going to try to keep it low and use the corners only. Moving on to our 2 guard all the way open, we're creating our 4th guideline, and we're going to also flick out as much as possible. This is going to get us ready for our 1.5 guard. Moving on to our 1.5 guard, we're going to use the corners to erase the line completely. Also, if there's still a faint line, switching over to our 1 guard all the way open is definitely going to help us. As you guys can see, there's still a faint line after using our 1.5 guard, so we're going to switch over to our 1 guard all the way open and use its corners. Now we're using our 3 guard all the way open, and we're going to flick out as much as possible while using the corners. To be able to debulk and give the haircut proper shape, I'm going to use my clipper of a comb at an angle near the sides and use the cutting blade to cut it off. Now I'm detailing as much as possible with my previous lengths. Using our Good FX, we're going to start off at the bottom and work our way to the top arch. And we're going to make sure the neckline is as crispy as possible. Once I get to the arch area, I'm always using the corner of the blade. Now that we're done detailing the taper, we can comb the hair down and work on the front line. We're going to use our Good FX to start off in the middle and work our way to the sides. We're also going to go as slow as possible, making sure that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer. Because if not, then the hair is going to shift and then you won't line them up properly. Now that we're done putting a line in, we can go back to the taper and detail as much as possible. Now we're gonna match the right side to the left side, and we're gonna go back to the middle and work our way to the side. Now that we're done lining them up, we can move on to our Turkish razor and Durban premium blades and make them as crispy as possible. But before we do that, we're going to apply some shave gel so that the razor could glide better. Now that we're done applying shave gel, we can stretch the skin as much as possible with the opposite hand while keeping the razor at a 45-degree angle. This lowers the likelihood of you cutting someone. We're also going to be doing his eyebrows. I like starting at the top and then working my way to the bottom. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, go ahead and leave a super thanks down below or follow the Instagram. Appreciate it.